How's it going, gamers? It's Chongo here, and today I've got a first look for you guys. I'm going to be taking a look at ArcheAge, so let's get into it. So I did do a first look at the ArcheAge beta, but I didn't really get enough time to experience the game, and as I did say in that first look video, I really wanted to get into playing the final game because I really liked the game, but I didn't want, my character to be wiped or anything like that. So I have played quite a bit. I think I'm about level 32 at this point, and I am enjoying the game quite a bit. However, there are still some very annoying things about this game, mainly because they didn't really anticipate the amount of people who wanted to play it. Like, they've had queuing problems since day one, to the point that when the game first launched, it would take anywhere from like 2 hours to 6 hours to actually get into the game. But besides the queues, which at the moment seem to be getting better, like it used to be, daily in the morning you couldn't really get on, but now it's got to a point where it's a little bit unstable. On the weekends you might have to wait a few hours because there's so many people trying to get on, but during the week you're usually okay. But that's pretty much the only problem I have with ArcheAge at this point. Once the queuing's finally fixed, I think that that's going to be fine, because everything else about this game I really enjoy. But something that some people may find a little bit odd or may dislike is the fact that it is a free-to-play game, so there is a payment option in the game, so I'm going to detail that. There's two basic options: there's free-to-play or there's being a patron. Now, the balance is quite good in my opinion. I played the game for about 2 to 3 days before I decided to pay for a month of Patron, which there is benefits obviously, because that's how it works. I mean, in a perfect world it would be cosmetic, but they still need to kind of motivate people to want to pay for this. Now, the benefits for signing up is you get more labor points every 5 minutes more than like a free-to-play player. Now, labor points are something that's used in the game for crafting, farming, mining, that sort of thing, so resource gathering. So if that's not really that big of a thing for you, then obviously playing free-to-play is probably going to be more important to you. But the main difference I've noticed personally from Patron and free-to-play is when you're free-to-play, you can only buy from the auction house. You can't list items, but patrons can obviously list items. Patrons can own land, such as housing and farms. Free-to-play can't, but you can still use your friends' farms, so they've got this weird sort of family system. So you can invite these people to be part of your family, meaning that if I place a farm down somewhere, I can set it so family-only members can access my farm, plant stuff, take stuff, that kind of thing. So even though I may be a patron and my friend comes along and he's not, he's able to plant his stuff down if I agree to it. So I like that kind of system where it's not, splitting up the player base like a lot of other MMOs do with the free-to-play and the sub. I like this way of, there's small things you can't do, but for the most part you're pretty well the same as a free-to-play player. And obviously patrons, as I said before, get more labor points and a small XP boost. I think it's about 10%. So those are the main differences I've noticed. I haven't been able to find a full list of what actually is different, but from playing for about a week and a half now, that's the main thing that I've noticed between the two different things. And I mean, when you look at it compared to other MMOs, like I played a bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I found that, they were kind of constantly saying, oh, be a sub, be a sub, be a sub. This game doesn't actually do that. I mean, there is benefits to being a sub, obviously, but it's not always, hounding you to become a member or hounding you to buy stuff or anything like that. Now, the game also features an in-game store with small purchase items, and I haven't really noticed anything I wanted to pick out from there just yet, but it doesn't really seem too OP. Like, I don't think you can buy weapons. I haven't really explored that too much, but as a patron you get small, I think it's about 5 loyalty points a day, so eventually you can get stuff from the cash shop just because you're a sub. But I think this is another way for them to generate money, since, like I said, the main game doesn't feel very, split between free-to-play and people who do pay. Now, something I was surprised with ArcheAge is when I first saw the game, I thought it would be really cool to, sail around and be a pirate and that kind of sort of stuff, which I haven't done yet. I've just been playing with my faction, and I have been enjoying the game, just that. I didn't really realize how much content there was in this game. I mean, I wouldn't have thought I would like farming so much. I wouldn't even think I would really get into it, but I've been really enjoying it, like planting crops and then coming back to gather them when they're ready and then go and sell them on the auction house, or, having chickens and taking their eggs and selling them for a profit. That sort of thing is really interesting and quite fun in this game, as well as taking trade packs across the ocean and selling for a massive profit, but you also have the chance of getting attacked. That kind of things makes this game really massive, and stuff that, you may not even think about exploring, and then you try it out and find out how much content there is in a game like this. I also like the way that they've gone with no instance housing or farm, so that in the server, for example, if you hop on my server and you go to the top of Falcorth Plains, you could find my farm no matter who you are. I really like that whole concept of, having a space in the world, and the same thing goes for your house. I haven't actually got a house yet, but I always find it really cool that other players can go and visit that, and it's not just some hidden away place that's all instance and no one else can get to it unless you invite them or something like that. So those kind of elements, sort of dynamic stuff that, you interact with the game instead of it just being really a static world, really make me like this game more and more, and it makes it feel quite different from any other MMO I've played. The combat is also quite fun, and I really like how easy it is to respec in this game. It only costs a small amount of in-game currency, and it changes everything. Like, you don't need to, do some weird thing to respec, or there's no you know, restrictions when it comes to putting skills down. You can respec really easily. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit different when it comes to MMOs, something with more dynamic content, then I think you should definitely give ArcheAge a go. Anyway, this brings me to the end of my first look on ArcheAge. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments, leave them down below, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you all next time.